From Ned Fulmer breaking the trust of the Try Guys.
We feel saddened, not just personally, but on behalf of our staff and our fans who believed in us.
To David Dobrik pushing Jeff Wittek to a breaking point.
I wish I could just erase my association with him after seeing his true colors.
Here are 7 times YouTubers betrayed their friends, starting with Logan Paul, who simply sat and watched when his co-host, George Janko, got humiliated by Bobby Lee on the Impulsive podcast.
No, smell. You gotta smell it.
I just wafted.
Dude, this is not gay. It's podcasting. It's for entertainment.
It's material.
And in improv, you never disagree.
This was a line Bobby took too seriously, though, as throughout the rest of the episode, he made George feel uneasy.
First of all, don't touch me.
Yeah.
Do not touch me.
My bad.
Despite George's discomfort, Logan turned a blind eye.
I think he's tired of himself, bro. He gets a little further back every time I look. George, scoot up.
Pushing George to no longer accept the disrespect.
He is clocked out.
I know.
George has been under a tremendous amount of abuse.
No,
Stop, George. I want you over here with me.
Instead of standing up for George, though, Logan only made matters worse.
No, he's a comedian. He's like,
he
we're all
can
just
handle
joking.
it.
We're
I
just
know.
fucking around. We're just fucking around. It was all fun and jest.
For George, however, it wasn't fun and jest, as he was put in a position where he had to do the last thing on his mind.
Bobby Lee, you shut your mouth. I'm apologizing to you. I left you. You were our guest. And I left you, Bobby.
This wasn't the only thing George left, though, as just a month later, he officially departed from Impulsive to focus on his own podcast, where he confronted his ex-co-host, Mike Malak.
I had a problem with the way that Logan and you were kind of gassing him to keep doing. How would you feel if a man that has his back completely towards you, that only turns around to grab your dick, talk shit to your face, and you can't smack or beat the living brakes off of this guy? Because Logan makes me apologize to this man, or I don't have a job on Impulsive anymore.
This threat from Logan wasn't the end of the story, as George revealed his former friend's plan to sabotage his sponsorship with Celsius, a competitor to Prime.
And then I said, well, what do you want me to do for my bills, bro? I got no money. And he says, go have your rich dad pay for it.
Listen,
that's fighting words, bro. Look at me. That's fighting words, bro.
Logan's hostility towards one of his closest friends left the internet shook. Nevertheless, Logan tried to apologize.
I should have stuck up for him with Bobby Lee, and I definitely should have had his back more like a friend.
But the internet was having none of it, making its feelings clear with over 8,000 dislikes on the apology. George, meanwhile, completely cut ties with Logan and built his own brand. Much like Adam, Boovie, and Rory, who started a rival podcast to True Jordy's when he was losing everything, all of which kicked off when True Jordy, aka Brian, made this comment.
Andrew Tate's got God on his side now. There's no way Brian would win that.
Although I would gladly blow myself up if I could take that fucking shit bag with us.
The remark led to outrage against Brian, leading him to lose multiple sponsorships and be temporarily banned from Twitch. But while Brian needed his friends' support throughout this difficult time, they had other plans.
I never spoke to Rory about it. I never spoke to Boovie about it. I never spoke to anyone. I was just like, I'm out.
After leaving True Jordy, the trio launched their own podcast, The Club, where they would often throw light jabs at Brian.
I'd fight True Jordy on Misfits.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
This is a call out.
Brian, however, never took the bait.
A few years have been banging on about this call out. I'm not going to go into that because that's exactly what is wanted from me. So I'll deal with that in my own way.
This back and forth went in Brian's favor as viewers disagreed with the club's approach. Maybe these lads were in the YouTube scene before, but they were barely known before TG gave them a platform. They aren't good people leaving their mate to start the same thing over without him over a silly comment. Others, though, felt the boys were taking their success for granted. I wouldn't even know who you were without Brian first platforming you guys. A statement Brian would prove when he rebuilt his show with fresh faces, giving him no reason to trust any of his former friends. Much like what Chunkz experienced after his close friend, Young Philly, was charged with assault in October 2024.
Young Philly was taken into custody in Brisbane and extradited to Perth last night under police custody.
Before Philly ran into legal trouble, the pair were household names on the British YouTube scene, gaining millions of views because of their authentic bond.
Where is the biggest bone located in your body?
Like what? Like what though? Like what? Like big as in, so big as in heavy or big as in size? Because this is longer than man's skull. But the skull might be a bit bigger in terms of strength and unity.
The sky was the limit for the two, which is why when Young Philly was arrested, it was the end of the road for Chunkz.
Like everyone, I've heard the reports coming out of Australia
Whilst I understand many of you want my reaction on it, as this is an ongoing court case, I hope you guys can understand that I can't and won't be commenting on it publicly.
Despite their fans wanting answers, many agreed that Chunkz doesn't need to say anything. However, as old clips of the pair began going viral, people suspected that Chunkz may have always known more about his friend.
I wouldn't let you marry my family, but yeah.
Why? I'm a good man. What's wrong with me?
No, I have too many stories.
Regardless, young Philly has distanced himself from many of his friends after the terms of his bail changed and he was allowed to move back to the UK. Now, back home, many people have noticed Philly's strange behavior through his Snapchat activity.
Hey, I'm back on the pork. I was sleeping for years. I'm back on the pork.
Lock him away just for this. Even though Philly can't be locked away until his trial in January 2026, the internet is already hoping to see him behind bars. Chunkz, on the other hand, continues to post on channels and will only give an update once more light is shed on the case. But while Chunkz had no choice but to distance himself from Philly, KSI tried to give Gujon Daniel the benefit of the doubt several times, only to be met with betrayal.
Like, I wanna do YouTube full time, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna be a good man because we're good friends.
Following this, KSI filmed several videos with Gujon, all of which gave Gujon's channel a much-needed boost. Once the views dried up without KSI, though, Gujon flew to the UK to get more content, which rubbed KSI the wrong way.
Don't you want to just come say hi, or just? He's like, yeah, I want to say hi. But then also videos, like a load of videos.
And once Gujon had what he needed, he switched up, dishing the ultimate disrespect to his friend during an interview in 2014.
Okay, fine. You play KSI. Who the f is that? Okay. Okay, and don't go there.
Which felt like a dagger to the heart for KSI.
Who would I punch in the throat? Probably Gujon Daniel. Several times.
Further explaining his true feelings about Gujon.
He used me.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, how many subs you got now?
Oh, he's losing subs, mate. And I'm enjoying every single moment.
Following which, Gujon's videos received an overwhelmingly negative response, with viewers telling him to quit YouTube. This backlash forced Gujon to make amends.
I have never spoken about this before, but I'm gonna do it now. Well, mainly because this is my final video. Oh my god, so here we go. Let's just do this. KSI, whatever I did to you, I sincerely do apologize.
Despite making a return 2 years later, Gujon's channel was never the same, barely cracking 20,000 views on average. KSI, however, appears to have let the beef go as well.
That's Gujon Daniel. Me and him are blessed. I'm pretty sure he's married now, and he's actually a policeman in Iceland. So yeah, how sick is that?
Much like Gujon betraying KSI, Joe Weller was stabbed in the back by his supposed best friend.
I just saw him become someone I didn't like.
Referring to Elliot, who came into Joe's life when he was going through a rough patch. Elliot therefore came in with a set of fresh eyes and ideas.
The school that I went to when I was in like up to year 2, I left in year 2, and then shortly after it closed down. It's been abandoned ever since.
Despite Joe being hesitant about the idea initially, the video was a massive hit, gaining 10 million views. Over the next year, Elliot became a mainstay on Joe's channel, boosting his own online presence in the process. So when Joe was beefing with KSI, building up toward a highly anticipated boxing fight, Joe expected Elliot to return the favor. But instead, Elliot showed his true colors.
Some funny events have occurred. Obviously, Mr. Creature was decided to hit me up and sent me this. Hope you dropped Joe, bro. Literally, I definitely did not expect this from Elliot.
A feeling echoed by Joe himself.
I just saw him become someone I didn't like.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like very cocky, arrogant. Thought that the reason why he was big time was because of him. It's because he was in my video.
Leading the internet to agree that Elliot was a bad friend, practically leaving Joe when he feels ish. This claim proved true when the two parted ways, and Elliot ended up fading into obscurity. But while Elliot ruined his career before it could even really take off, Ned Fulmer ruined his career at its peak.
I think it's very important to highlight that Ned Fulmer's entire identity revolved around how much he loved his wife. Half the shit to talk about in the videos was how much he loved his wife. and then it turns out he was cheating on her.
Worse, Ned had been cheating on his wife with an employee in his company who was also engaged. How could you sleep with her husband, then look her in the eye every time she came to the office to film a video, forcing Ned to break his silence? Family should have always been my priority, but I lost focus and had a consensual workplace relationship. As a result of the fan backlash, the Try Guys took immediate action.
We refused to sweep things under the rug. That is not who we are, and it's not what we stand for.
We immediately removed Ned from work activities and engaged an HR professional to conduct a thorough review of the facts. We also opted to remove Ned from our releases pending the results of that review.
However, Keith, Eugene, and Zach couldn't hide just how betrayed they felt.
I don't know that we'll ever be able to fully articulate the pain we feel at this moment.
Following the incident, Ned vanished for 3 years, returning on September 17th, 2025 to announce his new podcast and a surprise first guest.
People ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And I mean, the answer is no, absolutely not. How can you forgive somebody for lying to you, for cheating on you? No.
This decision to invite his ex-wife as a guest on his podcast rubbed people the wrong way. He's trying to interview her like a therapist or a fellow victim. A similar sentiment mirrored by Keith with this TikTok.
Just don't look, just don't look.
Confirming that Ned's friends will never forgive him for what he did, much like FaZe Banks, who was exposed by his friend Tfue after he signed a contract with FaZe Clan.
This contract basically allows FaZe at any point in 3 years to just take all my hard earnings and all my hard work and just strip it. Over 49%, over 79%. What is in this contract is insane, and that's not even the worst parts.
As a result, Tfue sued FaZe Clan, claiming his contract let the team take up to 80% of his brand deals, half of his creator code and sponsorship income, and 20% of his tournament winnings.
And what I'm trying to do here is just serve justice to the esports community, the esports industry. These kids are getting ripped off, they're getting taken advantage of. These contracts are not okay.
On one hand, Tfue felt betrayed by his friend FaZe Banks over the contract, but Banks felt just as hurt, expressing his frustration in an emotional rant uploaded on May 21st, 2019.
Dude, I changed your life. You can never, ever dispute that. And I know you, and I know that I'm the last person that you meant to hurt by this, but you hurt me more than anybody else ever has, ever, in this whole internet thing.
Some people were sympathetic towards Banks, while others thought he was clearly trying to win in the court of public opinion. Regardless, the dispute was settled after 15 months, and now, with some more hindsight, Tfue opened up about the situation on an episode of Impulsive.
Who is right, though? Who is more right?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I think we were both in the wrong in a lot of ways.
Ultimately, the friendship cost Banks a sizable amount in settlement fees, but Jeff Wittek's friendship with David Dobrik almost cost him his life. But while this stunt caused Jeff multiple injuries, he didn't blame David for what happened until his friend
addressed the situation with the crane. And he said that it was my fault. David blamed me for the crane. He insinuated that I was crazy, I always want to push it, and I'm the reason that this happened.
Worse, when Jeff was suffering from surgeries in the hospital, David offered no support.
Has David messaged you to see if you're okay?
Nope, not a text or nothing. Not surprised, you know? It is what it is, but I'm done being fake friends with that motherfucker.
With fans agreeing that David would have just moved on and covered it up like an accident if the evidence wasn't caught on camera. As a result, the backlash against David was severe, forcing him to try and save face.
This weighs on me every fucking minute of every day of my life. I'm so late.
The sentiment, however, only had an overwhelmingly negative response. For Jeff, though, that video was the final straw.
Don't want to be associated with him. I wish I could wipe his name off my fucking Wikipedia page. I wish I could just erase my association with him after seeing his true colors.
In 2022, Jeff filed a $10 million lawsuit against David, and while it remains to be seen if Jeff gets the justice he deserves, the damage from the betrayal has closed the door on their friendship for good.